Good morning, everyone, again. I think you might be getting tired of hearing my name. But basically, again, my name's Wilson Capuyan. I'm the founder and general manager of Pixels and Metrics. So we're based in the Philippines, and basically, we're the digital marketing agency that specializes in web design, in social media management, and content creation. However, we do have partners around the globe that may be the reason why if you go into our website, you'll see many more services. But enough about me. We're here today as a panel, to talk about even more secrets. So for those of you who didn't catch yesterday's presentation, today's panel discussion is all about secrets for video marketing from any budget from $0 to $1 million. To, in some extent, in some markets, that might even $1 million isn't much. And we're gonna delve into those details today. But to give their own introductions, let me introduce Gaurav, Nahid, and Mateo from their own respective companies. And they are the ones who are going to tell their own introductions, because who better to tell their own stories but themselves? Would you like to start?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Gaurav Dubey, founder of Home of Marketing. We are a growth hacking agency. So basically, finding opportunities across the entire marketing funnel and figuring out sales and scale. We're based in India, from Bombay. Yeah. So that's a little bit about me.
Good morning. This is Nahid Hasan, founder and CEO of Beachcope Digital Limited. This is a digital agency mostly focusing on inbound marketing, content production. We are helping small and medium businesses to grow globally. We have two offices. In one headquarter is in Bangladesh. This is for the production activities, and the sales activities actually from US office. A part of that, we have two virtual team. One is based in India, and one is based in Philippines.
Hello everyone, my name is Matteo Pittaluga. I'm the founder of Marketing Genius with my business partner Fabio Gallerani, who's here as well today. We are an accredited business school, and we provide high-level trainings about digital marketing for entrepreneurs and also people who are starting from scratch and want to learn digital marketing in order to relaunch their career and become social media manager or e-commerce expert and join the new digital marketing professions that the market need right now.
Thank you, everyone. And they're being quite humble, but in this panel, we have a very diverse group where we're from the Philippines, Bangladesh, India, all the way from Italy. We have TEDx speakers here. We have veteran marketers. We have people who've been teaching over 30,000 people, right? Yes. And to start off, let's start, since this is quite a small panel, the question is basically directed at everyone. What categorizes a successful video marketing campaign?
I'll start. Basically right now, any of you can guess what's the biggest issue out there that videos can solve? Like why people do not buy right away? Who knows the answer? What do you guys say? There are many reasons, but in my opinion, there's one big problem: trust. Trust is the thing that video can solve faster than anything. So I believe in order to create a video campaign that is successful, you need to have in your mind, how can I build the trust? So that at the end of the video, people at least give me a chance and at least maybe visit my channel or my social media profile and they have a look at who I am. Because right now, in my opinion, at least from what I see in my market, education, it's really hard to convert right away. People do not buy right away. They need to look, watch, make research, and then find out more about you. And then, if they like you and trust you, eventually they raise their hand and say, I'm gonna join.
Yeah, especially with the power of the internet, where reviews are so important, and how the community basically, or your target market, reacts to what you say. that basically dictates if you're going to have a successful video marketing campaign in the end. Any other inputs from the panel?
Yes. So, all right. So now, for me, I would want to go slightly more technical. Have your objective right. Understand what the video is for, basically the function of the video, right? And what is the video, what's the placement in the marketing funnel, right? So what, when, how should be very exact for the video to be scalable, right? Or make it a success. So you need to have your objectives right. It can be video views, ROAS, CAC, orders, whatever is your objective. You need to make sure what is the function of the video, right? Whether it's for sales or whether it's a bumper ad, which is like a 6-seconder where you show for remarketing, right? And what is going to be the placement in the marketing funnel, right? So whether you're going to show them multiple times or few times or and so on. Another thing, which I think the marketers generally don't do because we're all lazy, right? But you can segment the audience, right? And make sure that you have cuts or edits based on each segment. And you show that segment, that exact video, right? It's a little difficult job, but it does the trick. Apart from that, you should have FOMO techniques. And
missing out.
yeah, and I think yesterday you just said you have a 6-second rule. So that 6-second rule, I think, definitely applies here. So if you can't cook a customer in like 3 to 6 seconds, don't spend money on the video. It's just going to be a waste of your budgets. Yeah. So if you have all these things right, along with FOMO, it could definitely be a success.
Certainly, certainly. And going into the technical aspect of it, it's a good reminder for everyone here. You're all experts in your field, but sometimes a bit of a review does really help. And funny you should mention that. It's because YouTube, like, basically it dictates it for everyone. If you have 5 seconds before you can skip the ad, if you can't capture the attention within 5 seconds, you're basically gone.
I want to add one thing here, is
course.
that, so in any video, there are two parts actually. One is that the audience who are actually going to consume the video, and the other part is that the platform we are using. So when we are talking about the successful video campaign, that definitely needs to be created to keep in mind that some person is going to watch that video. So what's the objective? And the second, how that specific platform works. How that platform's algorithm works to get the maximum advantage from that video. Each platform has a different algorithm. If we just think about YouTube, when we watch any video on YouTube, longer video is okay. We have that mindset. But when we are on Instagram, we are actually not going to watch longer video there. So we have a mindset that on Instagram, we are looking for small videos. So that platform can also play like big role in terms of getting success of those video marketing campaigns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just adding to that, you're absolutely right. But this is just a sort of an experience. So in Facebook or Instagram, they are now, instead of the static ads, you get a higher conversion if it's a video. And I think they're promoting the video sort of content a lot more. So that's just a
It's just
suggestion
much
that-
cheaper
Yeah,
to get the
yeah,
clicks
yeah.
if you promote a
Yes,
video.
just an
certainly.
experience.
Like it just cuts through the cost way, way, way better than just making a static photo or a regular post. And see, that's why discussion is really good. You get secrets from other secrets, like they build on each other. So from moving from that question, how do you in your respective agencies, how do you do video marketing on a budget, let's say a very low budget of essentially $0? Because in the Philippines, everyone loves to do it on their own. I think we had a discussion, Matteo, the
Yes,
other day, where
yes.
it's like it's very similar in Italy.
Well, when you start from zero, you have no choice. You can't delegate, you gotta do everything. You gotta do the video, you gotta do the editing, you gotta publish, you have to do everything.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, when you start from zero, as I said, you have no choice. So you have to do everything using your time. So you have to invest a lot of time. Then when you have more money, you can use the money to leverage that. You can scale much faster. So when you start, I believe you got to produce a lot of content, and then find the right format for you. Like my business partner, Fabio, yesterday, he went viral on TikTok with a crazy video of 15 seconds when he's a teacher of sales. He was teaching on the phone how to deal with objections. And this was a crazy video. Like he was simulating, he has this imaginary guy, Mario, on the phone, and he tries to close the sale. No, Mario, what? Don't hang up the phone. And he starts like that, you know? So on TikTok, if you go crazy, people love it, and he went viral, you know? But in order to go viral, maybe you need to test a lot. That's what you do when you start.
And
Yeah, so I'll just tell you a case study which I did. Probably all can use it in your countries and for your clients. So it was a lifestyle client, all right? They were selling fashion items. We pulled off a zero budget sort of a marketing a video strategy for them. The founder himself, along with the camera, created the video like a testimony. It was very authentic, very organic, which people love. And for media, what we did was we tied up with, so we did a media barter. So that is giving them gift vouchers of our dead stock to third-party agencies, right? Who bought the media, and we pushed that across. So without any marketing spend, we got a few $1,000s worth of media, and we had zero production cost because the founder himself was in the video. So and it got us great returns for sure. So that is a case study I think y'all can also try in your own respective countries.
definitely, definitely. I mean, that's the beauty of marketing. Sometimes it's trial and error, and sometimes something just works. So on your experience of like going through all these styles of video marketing, you're able to basically get a certain formula out of it and be able to really successfully video market for yourselves or your clients. Nahid, anything to share?
Yeah, so like when we don't have budget, there are so many courses available there. I did a few of them, how to capture good videos from mobile. So like, don't need to go for the course. There are so many YouTube videos there as well. So if we can actually find some of the fundamental to create good video from mobile, that is actually helping us to cut the logistic parts. So that can be one thing we can implement. From my experience from various campaigns, it may not perfectly fit for every business, but for some business like agencies and some other different types of products, I will say services rather than products can be implemented. So when we are capturing videos from mobile device, so like what we do usually, we try to capture videos like this. So then the focus, as it is mobile, so the focus was not like, that it was shaky. So rather than going like this, if you can keep three different videos, one is that in this way, one is this way, and one is this way, and if you can connect that with any mobile video editor or Filmora or any like other easy to use video editing tools, so then it gives better result. Third is that if it was little bit shaky, just if you can if you can just increase the speed little bit and give a good background music, like it will be very difficult for anyone to understand that this video was from mobile device. So there are some tricks can be implemented to cut the cost, and it will give almost the same result if the like message or content quality is good enough.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, even at Pixels and Metrics, sometimes we have a few cameras in the office, but in a split of a moment, we can just, if we see something that works for the client, we just take out our phones, take a picture, take a video very quickly, post it on the internet, and that's the entire video campaign already. Because sometimes you just, I'm not sure if everyone's watched Emily in Paris. I mean, it's on Netflix, but it's an oversimplification of what we do as marketers, to be honest. Not anyone can just post a picture and it will go viral just because it had some catchy headline or something like that. But essentially, that's one way it's done. Everything can be done on mobile. I mean, iPhone 13 came out with their cinematic.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
it's really good.
good.
Well,
Really good.
to debate on that, I mean, at the very first part, not so, but when the updates came, I mean, it was just amazing.
One more thing, if I may add, this is the
Yes.
biggest secret. Let me show you the microphone. There you go. It's always with me. Because many videos that I see around, they have a bad audio, especially when you're outside.
True.
You see, so I'm always bringing my microphone with me all the time. So you can pull out my phone and make a video, but don't forget about the audio. Audio is so important because people maybe, as we said before, the first 5 or 6 seconds are essential in any content. If the audio is bad, people are going to skip it.
For sure, for sure. Another secret right there. It's just in his breast pocket, isn't it?
It's there.
It's right there.
The magic
just right-
pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you. Moving on to the third question. How about for high budget video marketing? So for instance, up to a budget of $1 million, but I think the perspective is even more than that. Like what would constitute high value production and how would you go about it?
Right, so of course, if you have $1 million, right, so I'm sure there'll be a celebrity in place who will have his own arrogance and would want a team. We just did a shoot a couple of weeks back with an A-lister. So there's one quick thing which I think a lot of companies forget. They put, so for example, if you have $1 million, out of which majority will go in production, which shouldn't be the case, right? Otherwise, you should have a split of 90% of the budget should go in media spends, and the 10% should only go in the production. A lot of companies make that mistake where, you know, they make a great-ass video and they don't know what to do with it because they don't have media budgets anymore. Right, so that is something which shouldn't be the case. We always have to figure that out.
Certainly. The delivery is very important.
Yeah.
Nahid?
And it should be treated as a funnel. Like when we have big budget, it doesn't mean like we are going to create one video. So we can think about a series of videos and sorry, I forgot your name. Gaurav, sorry. So as Gaurav mentioned, like 10% budget should be on the production cost, and rest of the 90% is the marketing cost, the video ads and all those things. So yeah, this can be splitted. Think about a funnel. As we have budget, that means we also need more return from that investment. So we need to be very serious and we need to put lots of concentration on the scripting part, because that is not like $0 budget. Okay, I didn't invest much and less return is okay. But at this case, we need to be very focused on creating the script. It's not only about that, wow, I really like that video, but I forget that which brand it was for. Because I have seen so many videos where it was great. I can still recall that video, but I can't recall, okay, which brand actually created this content. So this also happens sometimes when we actually create lots of emotional content. So that can be also need to keep in mind, creating a series of videos as a funnel and promoting them one after one.
True. I mean, we also have a database we basically can pull from. It's basically sometimes stock, our own version of stock. So we could, in Pixels and Metrics, sometimes we can just pull from there, not necessarily for just one brand, but for several others. That's one way some people are able to save, but also maintain that high value. Mateo, anything to add?
It's fantastic to be with you guys because we didn't know each other before this event.
Yes.
And many people, you know, we think that in in our country or in our industry, it's different. Everybody said, oh, but it's in your industry, it's different. In my industry, it's another story. It's all the same. Because like when you were talking, you were reading my mind. When he said 10% on production and 90% on the rest, it's true. That's what I had in my mind. So many companies spend so much money in production. I'm gonna get 5 video makers, 2,000 video editors, create these massive videos or maybe they create 100 videos, and then what's the point if nobody watched them? So when we scaled our YouTube ads and we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, we had only 4 videos. 4 videos. We generated millions with 4 videos only. But those 4 videos were studied, tested, we've been optimizing them.
Yes.
And we made them better, maybe cutting some moments that were not needed.
Here and there.
And targeting the right audience, and then that's when you make the money.
True, true. And adding on to everyone's thoughts, I actually have a client all the way based in Australia. I'm not sure if he's watching right now because it's a 7-hour difference, so I think it's nighttime over there. And usually in Australia, when anything past 5, it's basically, there's no work. Everyone's so relaxed. And he runs a location management company. And in fact, they were the ones who helped produce the movie Extraction. By show of hands, who in the audience is familiar with Chris Hemsworth's Extraction? Oh, that's more than yesterday. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, so when I was getting insights from him, because he not only does things for Netflix or in the locality of Australia, he also does video ads for Mercedes, all these luxury brands, Toyota sometimes, all these other car brands. And when I was asking his opinion on how does it work for super high value production for marketing, he told me $1 million USD, Wilson, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing in that industry, simply because maybe if you're going to shoot 3 locations, the rough estimate is for each day, you will be running around 100,000 USD just for all the people, the food, the catering, the grips, the cameras, and everything such as those. And after that budget, there's post-production. So post-production is all the ones who are editing the video, all giving it lighting, the proper audio and all that. And then, as rightly mentioned by our panel, you really have to think about the delivery, because even if, let's say, you make a 30-second ad with a budget of maybe $500,000 USD in Australia, when you are going to showcase that to the television or to any major event, it's gonna be the millions, and that's just showing it. That doesn't count for the production of it. So, as rightly said, people really need to take into account how the delivery would be, and that's the beauty of the internet now, because we can live stream the event, we can do so many things online right now that not many traditional things may be necessary. Unless you're something as big as the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl to show a 30-second ad costs millions and millions of dollars. And yeah, moving from there, I think that's quite a bit of secrets from us for all these production from low budget to high budget. What would be the industry, do you think? What was the difference 5 years ago to today? Like video marketing in general. Would you like to start, Gaurav?
So I think I think since the past few years, there's been a lot of content creators or influencers who have started making videos for brands at a very low cost. It's very organic, sort of a video works better than a thing which is shot in a studio. I think that's a very large change which I've seen in the industry. Yeah.
Yeah. Heath, anything to add?
Yeah, so from my end, what I have seen, or I would like to mention, is that People now don't love that much to watch longer length videos. They want to they want to get all the messages in like quickest time. So when we are actually producing videos, if you can keep the length short, that is actually going as good return. Another thing, like when we are talking about video marketing, so there could be two different part. One is that creating videos, what I'm going to use as a ad on different platforms. Other thing is that creating videos which will give me like, organic views and organic sale. So for the videos which are we are going to use for the advertisement, for them maybe 3 or 4 videos is good enough, like if they are winning campaigns. So we need to be very aggressive on that. Like if that video ads is performing well, we can't like, that if we have a $1 million budget and we are thinking like, okay, we'll run this amount for next 1 year or next 2 years, that is actually not going to work. We need to be very aggressive for next 1 quarter or maximum 2 quarters to make sure that whenever people are, definitely whenever our target customer, not random people, are like visiting any video platform, it could be YouTube, it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok or Facebook, they are watching my ads. So if you can be that aggressive, then we will actually get the return because my brand name will be in their brain and their subconscious mind will actually refer our brand whenever he or she is in buying mood. For the other parts of videos, consistency will play the role. So we can decide the number like once in a week or twice in a week, and we just need to make sure that we are consistent enough to give reason to our possible subscriber or visitors to visit our page or channel to get new content.
Certainly, certainly. I mean, consistency is key, especially when it comes to branding. You really have to be on point with that. I mean, for YouTube Shorts became such a big thing now. I mean, 5 years ago, YouTube was already massive, but YouTube Shorts seems to be a really good place for higher conversions, higher impressions, at least from our perspective as well. How about you, Mateo? I know you have a massive YouTube channel.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And we also go very aggressive, very aggressive. And in my opinion, what's happening now compared to 5 years ago is that now we have all these influencers and some people who try to be influencers, but still they're making damage because they create confusion. So in any industry now, there are hundreds of people creating content. So the viewer, how can they find out if you're serious or not? So that's why maybe they need to view more stuff. So what we do, we try to catch their attention with shorter videos, even 15 seconds, maybe with little tips, good ideas, good stuff, and then we retarget them with the 4, 5, 6, 7 different videos. And then they're like, okay, these guys are serious. I've seen enough. Now I'm going to search them on YouTube. And now they see the 1 hour video, 2 hours video. Maybe they see a webinar, but only after we build the trust. And we do it with retargeting. We retarget a lot. Like, I know some marketers that spend maybe only 20, 30% of their budget on retargeting, but on video ads, we spend 50% on retargeting. Half of our budget goes on retargeting because we know it's big.
Yeah.
And we also build, now the secret, I believe, is creating super fans for your brand.
Oh,
Super
sure.
fans. The super fans are the ones that take the car and drive 2, 3, 4, 5 hours just to see you or to buy from your store, you know. This is the type of fan that we need to build, and everything in our market has to be with that kind of focus.
Yes, and they basically market for you as well. They
They are the best. They are the best.
Yeah,
So you
the
don't
very
need to pay
best.
many influencers when you have super fans spreading
Yeah,
the voice.
exactly, exactly. I mean, that's the beauty of the internet. You never know who you might meet. I mean, even face to face, meeting you guys in this conference was like, wow, there are some really great people out there too.
Yeah, so again, one quick hack since you mentioned super fans. So what we did was we asked, instead of the influencers, we asked the customers for their testimonies, all right, and again for a sunglass brand. And all the videos went viral. So out of, I think, 10 of them, 7 definitely went viral. They all gave a very strong ROI. So you should use super fans in referral and videos and testimonies, etc. So just make a great use of them. Get your LTVs high.
Yeah.
So I think
Build a community.
build a community.
Yeah, as rightly said by other speakers as well in the previous days. So, what do you think of, again, for the entire panel, since we're just four, what do you think would be the future of video marketing in the next 5 years or so? Gaurav, you'd like to start?
Sure. So I think somewhere in 2016, we had 360-degree videos, which I could see around on Facebook and many other places, but now it's just died down. So predicting the future is accurately is fairly difficult. But I was just reading in the Gartner hype cycle, and interactive videos is now coming. I mean, it could scale very well. So you will have a lot of shoppable, interactive videos. That technology is going to be a lot cheaper now, I think in the next few years. So commercially, a lot of people would sort of start using it. So I think that's in the next 5 years. I think that's going to be a fairly the core in marketing.
Certainly.
Don't see too much of AI. Typically, would always be that targeting focused. I'm not sure how it will help in the video development.
Yes.
Yeah.
But since it's still in its infancy, I mean, technology moves so fast. I'm pretty sure within 6 months we'll be like, okay, so what's new in AI? Do we need to use it in our video marketing? Do we need to use it in all our branding or anything? I mean, that's the beauty of the industry we're in. I mean, I'm someone who easily gets bored, and it works that I work in this industry because everything moves so fast. You have to just catch up each time. Nahid, anything to add?
Yeah, so I can say video is the future. Like I can see many of you are actually capturing videos. This event is already showing live on the YouTube channel. So the Marketing 2.0's YouTube channel. So in terms of marketing, video is actually going to take the majority share. Even if we think about today, the world's second search engine is YouTube. So first Google, then YouTube, and people are actually searching more on YouTube to know about any specific brands or specific products, how it looks. Even at this morning, I ordered something from Amazon, and I was a little bit confused with some of the product, and I went to YouTube and tried to watch some review there, so I can actually get better idea about that product. So YouTube is, I'll not say YouTube, entire video marketing is going to take a big role of the success of any marketing campaigns.
True. Has to be a holistic strategy. Matteo, I see you're itching to say
I see many
something.
people talking about the metaverse, and I've been into the metaverse, spending more than 24 hours one day just to see how it is. And there's always this fear of missing out because we see technology going fast and we always feel we are behind, right? Do you feel like that a little bit? Yeah? But what I'm telling you is this: when TikTok came and went big in Italy, big, huge, I realized, I'm not on TikTok, so I'm missing a lot of sales, a lot of people. And then I realized most of my audience is still on Facebook because are people in their 50s, in their 40s, or their 50s. Most entrepreneurs, business owners, they are in their 40s, 50s, so they're not on TikTok. So don't feel like you are behind. Just try to see where your audience really is. Because maybe it's on YouTube and you're thinking about TikTok, but they're not there. So try to focus on the platforms that really are good for your audience and try to go big on those. And don't think about, because when I went to the metaverse, I'm there and I'm thinking, I'm gonna find so many customers and business owners. And I met a lot of kids in their 15 years old, 16, so they're not gonna be my customers.
Certainly.
So don't think about how to make videos in the metaverse and everything. Just think where you can make money now and go big on that.
Definitely. But that's also where the beauty lies in. I mean, there could be a 14-year-old CEO. I mean, that's a possibility these days because of how big every industry on this planet, not just marketing, but every industry in this planet has changed so dramatically over the years that a 14-year-old can be a CEO of a $1 million company, and you might have to market to them in different ways. I mean, your original target market might be on Facebook, because in the Philippines, Facebook is by far still the biggest thing in the platforms. TikTok is mainly for the short videos and all that, but even there, I believe from our current research, most of our decision makers when it comes to clients, it really is still on Facebook or LinkedIn. Yeah. So before we go to the final bonus question, are there any questions from the audience? Of course. Could anyone hand her a mic, please?
Hi, it was a beautiful panel and lots of inputs. I actually have two questions. One is, so I understand that YouTube, if you're creating a video, is YouTube the most common sense place to first put it, or should we put it on this other social media platforms? I understand it's going to be where your audience is and stuff like that, but if you're, I think search-wise, YouTube would assumingly be the better one to be looked out for. But is there a difference if I multi-stream a recorded video to all the channels like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Insta, I don't know if it does it on Insta, and YouTube together? Do you lose visibility if it's not posted first on a certain place? Or sometimes on YouTube we have two channels, one for the company and one for your own. Should I first be putting it on my company YouTube, or should I first put it on my own, or does it make a difference, or how do I do that? So that's the first question.
Anyone from the panel?
Okay, so it can be done in two ways. One is that what we do in YouTube, we go there and search for any specific topics. So if the video is covering that topics, then definitely YouTube is going to give the maximum ROI. On other platform like Instagram or TikTok, we actually don't go and search there. We just random browse those platforms, and we watch those videos which grab our attention. So there is a term, we call it content repurposing. So when we are producing content, we will try to get the maximum from it. So we can have a longer version of that video, we can edit it for a shorter version of that video, or we can split the longer version video into 5 different, like if I talk about 5 ways to do that. So I can create 5 small videos to use on Instagram and on TikTok, on some other platforms. So that is how it works. Another thing I would like to mention, even any specific platform doesn't have my target customer right now, but I should also register there and make sure that I got that URL with my brand name. Because maybe, for example, my business, I don't have any audience on TikTok. But I tried to make sure that I kept that URL, kept that username, so no one else can take that. And if in future I see many of my target customer are now actively using TikTok, so I will have that bandwidth to make sure that I'm getting the advantage. So I keep posting videos on there. I know I'm not going to get any return from that. So I don't create any video by focusing on that platform, but I use other videos which I created for other platform, and I use those videos to that platform to get advantage in future. So this is way it can be done. Your company and personal YouTube channel, it can depend on your strategy, because if you are uploading that video on your personal channel, when you will upload that on your company channel, that will be treated as a duplicate video. So if you want to create very informal videos, then personal channel might be the good options. If it is very formal, because in company channel, definitely we need to maintain some rules and regulation, or it needs to be more formal. So it depends on your strategy, but both can be done.
So I do not put the same video on both at all, otherwise it's duplicate.
You can, but I will suggest not to do that because as it is a search engine, so they have different factors to focus to make sure that which video is going to get ranked. So if you're keeping both video, one video in two channel, so your video is going to compete with another one. So if you can slightly modify it through some content repurposing techniques, then it will work very fine.
Okay. So my second question was, sometimes we do Zoom meetings, and they are live streamed on Facebook. And unfortunately, all pervert stuff comes in, and there are people who come into the room and show all nudity and stuff like that. Is there a way should we just ignore Facebook Live completely to stream a Zoom webinar or something? Or is there a way to control that pervert stuff? You know what I'm talking about? I mean, do you all know? Because
So
when
When
I
you
do
live
Zoom,
stream,
I
when
do
you are
live streaming.
when you are in Zoom and you're streaming on Facebook, right?
When
And
I'm
you-
on Zoom, I stream through a multi-streaming thing which goes on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube.
you need
when
to
I'm-
have a moderator on those platforms.
Yeah, so LinkedIn and YouTube has no issue, but anytime I do live streaming of Zoom on a Facebook, I get all dirty stuff coming in.
Yes,
It's
you need
embarrassing.
somebody there to moderate that.
Yeah, but then you cannot block anyone out, and when they take over, they just take over.
No, if they are an administrator in the page and they go from desktop during the live, they can delete the comments. Obviously, if it's a lot of stuff, it's complicated.
Is it the comment or the other participant in Zoom platform?
They come into the Zoom, and then they take over your screen share.
Okay, so in that case, I will suggest to try any webinar tools. So in webinar tools, any other participant, if they join, their mic and video will be auto, they can't use their mic and videos. So you will not face these issues. So you can try a Zoho meeting. They have a webinar facility. Zoom also have that. And there are some other specific GoToMeeting or a webinar jam. So there are so many webinar related tools are there. You can try
Yes,
that.
and since this is a more technical discussion, I think we can take this offline because I think we're just about on time. So, thank you everyone for the day. That was quite the insight. So, for those of you on the live stream or for those of you just tuned in, if you want to rewatch the secrets, you can just play back the video on YouTube. Okay.
Thank you so much to Wilson and
Thank you.
our panelists. Thank you so much.